Welcome to the Lone Machinist podcast, the podcast where it's just you, your tools, and the work. No team, no backup. I'm Jamie from JSpec Engineering, and every episode we're tackling the highs and lows of flying solo in the machining world.
And I'm Curt from Confounded Machine, here to chat about everything it takes to make it as a one-man show in the shop. From grinding and turning to the struggles of running a one-person operation, we're sharing the stories, the tricks, and the challenges that come with going it alone.
If you're out there in the shop grinding away by yourself or just thinking about taking a solo plunge, this show's for you.
So throw in your ear protection and let's talk about life behind the machine.
Good morning, Curt. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing on this lovely evening, which I assume it's a lovely evening for you? Maybe it's a shitty evening. I don't know.
No,
How are you doing?
It's a fine evening. No, I'm doing well. So the early access episode of Taps and Patience was quite interesting. They discussed our podcast at a bit of length. And our intro, where we play the intro music and then we stare off into the distance or show each other our cuffs and stuff like that. I'm like, it's part of the show, I guess.
Well, it's like a 45-minute intro, so yeah, we have a lot of time to do other things.
That was the same joke that AJ made. It feels like a 45-minute intro. Yeah, because he's been watching video for a long time. Apparently not on Zencaster, like a weirdo. Apparently
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, it pulls in straight to his thing. But yeah, I kind of attacked the comment section on the YouTube version of their newest episode.
Cool.
Yeah, I was correcting all the things that they were not sure about.
Oh, people love that when you correct them and they don't ask for it. Yeah.
They were. AJ was trying to remember how many machines he had in his shop around IMTS. I'm like, no, you only have the Haas because you got the Tormark deal kind of sorted out just as we were at IMTS. So, yeah, because I spent the whole of IMTS hanging out with them and just walking the shop, the show floor, and seeing cool things.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
What have you been up to over the last week?
Just getting all the production sorted, get it finished, boxed up, sold everything by a first come first serve sale this round, just because US shipping is kind of such a pain in the ass right now. It's just like I can do it, but I have to do it in person, so I didn't want to stand at the post office for hours on end just handwriting everyone's address. And then I was kind of worried that like this system is so new, like I was worried that like, oh, it wasn't declared correctly, and then just returned to sender and be like, yeah. And like people have to pay a ton for the tariffs, or the US folks anyways. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to avoid it. I'm going to ship everywhere else except the US. And that seems to have worked out really well. So yeah, a ton of US people used Canadian proxies. They like just found people in Canada. They're like, hey, will you buy from me and then ship it to me? And I was like, well, if someone else wants to do it, I don't really care, but like it's annoying. I'm warning you, Canadians, it's annoying. So we'll see how that comes out. But yeah.
Okay, interesting. Didn't see that coming, that they were going to just use proxies.
Yeah, nor did I. But I mean, if you're personal shipping to personal, you can do some things that I can't do as a business.
Sure.
Like I can't declare a gift and send it. Yeah, like I get in trouble. Even if I declare it as like $0, well, yeah, but I still have to, like, if I want to insure it, I have to declare it at full value, and just like I try to do everything above board because I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, it's not with the paperwork when you do get in trouble.
Not at all. Like I don't want to try to shortchange a tariff and then just jeopardize my ability to ship product. Because
I had that back in the day, and I ended up getting fined more than the cost of the stuff I bought because China incorrectly declared it without me asking. Which was always nice until you get caught, and then you get caught and you get a fine and all the other stuff that goes with it, and you end up having to shell out or just abandon your stuff. So
totally, yeah.
Speaking of tariffs and shipping things, I had a look, and I'm waiting. They said 4 to 6 weeks for the insurance claim for the third party for the lost FedEx parcel.
Well,
so in the meantime, getting EJ's replacement together. I spoke to him on Friday, and he's now in for like another $100 of tariffs.
Bummer, yeah.
Because it was shipped before tariffs, and then FedEx lost it. And yeah. Speaking of tariffs, have you watched the latest episode of South Park, episode 4 of season 27?
No, I haven't watched any of them. No, just a few clips here and there. But
dude, it's so good. So good. I was watching, I was just laying on the couch giggling at the tariff situation and some of the other stuff that they put in there that I really hope that they baked in on purpose from like episode 1. Because if they have, it's freaking hilarious. So I know we've been thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoying that one.
Sick.
But yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, other than selling out in a hot second,
Yeah.
yeah,
How
what's
about
been going on? You still haven't put your chuck key in your lathe chuck to annoy people.
Oh yeah, well, I only see my preview on an itty bitty tiny screen, so I don't even think that people could see it. But yeah, I should. I got to remember to start doing that.
Yeah, we need to rage bait people.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Yeah. No. Other than that, that was that. I went for a walk early this morning with the doggo, and she decided to try to attack a porcupine. So I've been up super early. So
yeah, I saw you sent me that message, and that was like just before 5 in the morning.
Yeah, so it was 2 in the morning my time, and yeah, I've been up since then. But I mean, thankfully, I have a super good like emergency vet really close, and they're like, it's not too bad. We can just sedate her, minor, like just we don't have to put her under, and then we can pop some out. And she's a good girl, and she's at home just chilling now, so she's happy again. And
nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's fun.
Nice start to the day.
Yeah, so if I have droopy eyes on camera, anyone, that's why. Because I'm just a little sleepy. But how about you? What has your last week been like?
Yeah, Tufnell sucks ass. So some smart dick broke an end mill because I tried to slot 30 millimeters of Tufnell at a stupidly fast speed because I didn't catch it in the simulation that it was going to do that. So I shattered an end mill. Luckily, I'd set up sister tools, so I just called up the sister tool. Thought I'd gotten all the bits of end mill out, and I hadn't. So new one dropped in. I changed it that it just roughs out those little pieces that were left. Doing the first perimeter, and it hooks a piece of the end mill inside one of the locating bosses and just turfed the second end mill. And I only had 2. So then,
of course,
yeah, of course. And that was just a 35 millimeter length of cut, 8 diameter 4 flute. Like, worked perfectly, made nice big chips, dust. But it was big enough that it didn't go straight through my filters and into the tank. So the coolant flow was still good. And the only 8 mil I had after that was a rougher. So I proceeded to run the rest of the job with the rougher. And then my pumps got full and my tank was full. And it was just a total, utter shit show. But I got the job done. And then I just did all my finishing with the long series 6 mil that I had. But yeah, learned not to be a doers and to program things properly. But now everything is programmed and the next batch is the same. If there's no design revisions, the price for the job comes significantly down because I don't have to do any programming, because the programming took me a full day on the 2 sets that I did. It's brutal. And then I gouged the one part ever so slightly. Where it's going, it's fine. It's getting glued in. It'll just fill with glue. And I plunged straight through a bolt in one of the clamps because I forgot to tell it to ignore a surface when I was doing a parallel. And I was driving off of selected surfaces. And that just fatigued. Like, that was on Sunday afternoon that I did that. It was just ran Friday the whole day, Saturday the whole day, Sunday the whole day. Yeah. Anyway, Tufnell is done. My coolant concentration is super low after pumping everything out this morning. Like, it took me an hour and a half to clean the machine. And then I still put filter cloth back in and did the warm-up cycle to just wash the remaining bits of Tufnell out of the machine. And then I started machining pallets this afternoon, and it smells like Tufnell. But I'm sure that will go away soon enough. But I think I might have ruined the coolant in 2 of my machines.
Oh, that Tufnell, it's like a powder once it gets cut, or is it like?
No. If you're using an end mill and doing decent sized cuts, you get a pretty big chip. So it doesn't go straight through through the mesh at the back. But as soon as you use the roughing end mill, little corn cob, it just makes dust. And that just goes straight through and then straight through into my pumps. Literally the coolant coming through my washdown had bits of Tufnell in it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a Delrin or if it was like a G10 kind of.
It's a G10 type situation because it's paper and resin.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it makes a decent chip with a normal end mill. It makes a decent chip.
Okay.
You can scrape out relatively easily, like a lot higher volume. So if I look at all the roughing ops and the first part were roughed with a normal end mill, and I've got the white what they call it, a meat tray. I filled that up 2.5 times. I then ran the remaining 3 parts and I didn't even fill it up once because the shavings were just going straight through the filter.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we live and we learn, and I know to buy lots of those end mills next time the job comes around because they work really, really well. And then I I lazily sister tooled it. So I just set 83 is the one tool, 82 is the next, which is actually a different tool, but whatever. Touched it off. And then if I need to change, I just go renumber the program quickly. Just use the renumber in Fusion. That way I'm not, because you can do the edges. So you could put multiple of the tool, but I don't feel like figuring that out. I'll just make multiple copies of the tool.
Yeah, I do the same way you would.
It's the easy way to do it.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, that got run over the weekend like that. That ended up taking me 2 days longer than I expected. So now a little bit behind on other things. Like I literally came in now, microwaved a cup of coffee, and came upstairs for the podcast. I was machining harbor pallets because the vacuum chuck's on the machine. I cleaned the machine out this morning, then I got the lathes running, and I ran lathes all day and anodize. I only got back to running the mill at 6 o'clock this evening to do the harbor pallets quickly. And I need them done so I can take the vacuum chuck off the machine, because I need to put a vise on tomorrow, make the harbor link plate, and then it's back into production. So
gotcha.
Busy running around like a loon.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff due this week for the one customer, for the competition shooting guy, because international shoot is end of the week. So I'm now pushing a whole lot of stuff down to the wire.
That's
as
the way to do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as
the best way to work is under pressure. Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, I'm busy. I went and bought a bunch of copper and brass. I've got to make a bunch of brass grips for 1911 single stacks and mag wells for them. They want it to be as heavy as possible. Okay, I'm like, why don't we just machine it out of lead? Fuck's sakes. So yeah, I've got to go and chop up all the brass tomorrow and program that. So I'll probably either late after the podcast tonight start programming that, or design the fixture and program it tomorrow quickly. Because I need to move my mooring point on the machine. The harbor system is getting implemented.
Oh, okay.
So
I see.
4 anchor points, yeah. So 2 mooring points, and then there's a harbor link plate where all the bores are tight, like 5 microns clearance on the bores, that you basically put all the anchor points into, then drop that onto the mooring points, square everything up. It's got holes to tighten through. You can tighten everything up squared, unclamp them all, take the link plate out, and then that gets stored. And then I've made the vise pallet and the vacuum chuck pallet, which span all 4, and those locate on the front round and the rear diamond, like diagonally.
Okay,
so only on 2 holes, the rest are wide open, like 3 of them all, so that it's not over constrained. It's only constrained in the way it needs to be. So those are now machined. Had to dial in the new end mill, but that's pretty quick now that I've got that working with in-machine compensation. Makes it pretty quick to dial in your size. So those had to get done before the vacuum chuck comes out, because those are 400 by 400 and 380 by 380 or something.
Yeah.
But then my 2 vices will permanently be trammed, and I can just go ka-chunk, ka-chunk in and out of the machine. Super excited. Like super duper excited for that.
That's the same place I'm sitting right now. Is just that precipice of like, I need to like totally redo all this to 0 points, and then I'll be golden again. But like it's to like tear everything down, set it up, and then go back to square. You're just like, oh, I don't want that downtime. But
I've now got to, the issue I'm going to run into is I've got to now rework the vacuum chuck that I have for the Tufnell, because there's a fixture on top of that, and that is all programmed to the center of machine, or within like (1) of the center of the machine's travels, because I use the entire machine's travels. So now I've got to figure out my solution there, and how I'm going to figure that out. But I have some ideas.
Nice.
So I'll probably bolt it to the vacuum chuck plate that I've just made. But we'll see. That's a problem for when the job comes around again. Right now, I'm interested in getting all that stuff moved over, so the 4th can go back on, and I can put the jang plate or the 4th axis knock lock on.
Nice. I like this.
Yes. But that's one of the things I wanted to discuss with you this evening. I have 2 options.
Okay.
I have a piece of K110 that I can machine on B2 that I can make a jang plate out of, because it would be, the Lang one's all steel. I've got studs that I bought, Lang studs. Although I wouldn't go my plan is to not just go with square pattern, but to go with 6 studs.
Okay.
2 studs is constrained enough.
Sure. Yeah.
So I can put a block in the middle. So my idea is either anchor points across the 96 or use 96 by, 0 in the middle for some shenanigans I have planned with a dovetail fixture.
Oh, okay. And
then I use half as many of the expensive ass pull studs, because those pull studs are ridiculous. Danica went and bought me a set so I could model them. They're apparently LAN compatible, so I got it to buy me a set. They were 1,300 Rand locally. I can get pull studs locally for 1/10 of the price for the anchor point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
$70 a set of pull studs.
Yeah,
my butt was sore after that. They didn't use me. But the reason I'm making the Jang plate or the 4th axis knock lock is because my 4th axis doesn't have a T-slot table on it. So it's got a boss with holes. So I need something. I figured I may as well just make myself one of those style systems. It's not going to be 1 bolt loosens everything. It's going to be 4 bolts, 1 for each pull stud. That just pushes in sideways with the taper. That's good enough.
Yeah.
It's not like I want to swap it every 4 seconds. I just want to be able to relatively easily swap out either from anchor point to an angle plate or whatever shenanigans.
Right. Yeah.
Now the decision is lang plate or so basically K110 or 7075. I have both pieces of material. The problem with the 7075 is I want to anodize it, and then it's non-conductive. Because my thought was to make hardened steel bushes or guides, push them in, and then take them to a friend with a wire cut and say, hey, friend, wire cut these open for me, please, in position that I know they're exactly 96 spaced and on size.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah.
For a one-off, it's fine. But since it's non-conductive, I can't do that. I can't press them in and then anodize. So I'm leaning more towards doing the K110, which is going to be a bit of a bear to machine, but machine those undersized, send it for heat treats. When it gets back, have them grind it, then wire cut those 6 holes for me. Just take 0.25 off. So leave them right undersized, get them to open them up, and then bolt it on. I think that might be the route. I just don't feel like machining K110.
Yeah, for what you're trying to do, that might actually be easier than hybridizing it. Yeah.
Because if I hybridize it, then I've got to put it in the mill, probe it, and then hard mill those inserts. And those inserts are only like 4 millimeters thick. And a little worried they're going to shoot out when I do that. So
fair.
Yeah, might just be easier to do it the K110 route, which is always pleasant to machine. My feeds and speeds are relatively dialed, but it's a big chunk. It's like 26 mils thick, and I ordered an oversized 175 by 175. So I've got to take 20 millimeters off the perimeter.
Yeah, it's a chunky one, but I mean, just take it easy, go slow. Like it's going to be faster than going the other way.
Half feed that thing fucked. Like it's going to get surface ground afterwards. Like I'm going to have the guys who do the heat treats. That customer who's got the wire cut, he's got a big grind. I'm going to have him grind it. Like I just care about parallelism. I don't really give a shit about thickness, because everything critical, like grind this face that's been machined, that distance to the threaded holes, within 0.5 millimeter would be nice. Like it's wide open. Like I was having a look at the design I've got for it. Like, it's wide open. It's a tapered grub screw that pushes on the pull stud.
Yeah, like I vote. Yeah, I vote K110. I also vote like steel fixtures for everything, so it's easy for me to say just do the steel way, but
I'll probably go that route. It's just finding time to machine it is a little bit tricky at the moment, because this evening's podcast, tomorrow morning's early with John, which means by the evening I'm going to be a little wrecked. I think I've got a monster in my fridge. I might just smash that tomorrow night and machine the thing, but I also need to go to bed early because I'm on a podcast on Wednesday, so it's like
the life of the influencer.
Yeah, I know this. Oh, speaking of influencing, whatever happened with the robot vacuum people?
Oh, I'm sure they all told me to go pound sand after I was just basically gave them like demands of like, give me the world and I will think about doing something. It's like, I was cleaning
bigger fish. I was sweeping something out of the way, and I was like, wonder what happened with that today? Because I was rearranging the other lathes.
I considered buying one because I keep like I like to mop in here once in a while. I was
Yeah,
like, I should buy a little robot mop, and I was like, you know what? There's like 100,000 other things that I could buy right now. So let's just let's just move
yeah.
along.
No, fair enough. Yeah, so
Yeah.
go away. No, there's a bug on my screen. Um, what's happening with your black anodize? Oh,
Oh man.
before we get there, anodizing titanium. There's no temperature requirements.
Nope,
Oh,
not that
okay,
I know
you're
of.
lucky.
Not that I know of.
You're
Yeah.
very, very lucky.
Yeah. No,
I had to go
titanium
buy six
anodizing is
bags of
dead
ice
easy.
so I could anodize today because I had to drop the temperature by 5 degrees before I could start.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't envy people doing aluminum anodize. There's so many steps, and like some people that do aluminum anodize have contacted me about titanium anodizing, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you were in for a wonderful surprise because
clean
it's
dip voltage done.
done." Yeah,
Yeah,
not like yeah,
it's fucking
it's
great.
dead simple. But yeah, anyways, I did these black anodize on the pens, and the way it works, it's building up it's a coating essentially, just like any anodize. A little bit different than your regular, but it's still an electro anodize.
Yeah,
And I usually watch the current, but it's depending on where the part sits in the tank, it's not always consistent, so I can't use that as a gauge. So I kind of just eyeball it. I'm like, that looks like it's done, and then pull them out. And I did one or two, and I checked them. I'm like, yeah, they look good. And then I did the whole batch, and then which was, I mean, not a ton of pens, 30 odd pens or so, 30, 40 pens.
yeah,
And then once I went to do final assembly after everything was done, I noticed there was some like inconsistencies, and I was like, oh no. So that means I took the whole batch and inspected the whole batch and found little flaws all over the batch. Same thing, under microscope flaws. Most people would
yeah,
never see these, but like they're expensive enough that I'm like, no, like I don't want to have an issue. So redid the entire batch, which is okay because the anodize is as long as it hits the bath and it starts to develop a little bit of anodize, like it starts to develop your normal like titanium anodize before it starts to go black. But that actually protects a layer because the anodize is already oxidized or whatever you want to think of it.
yeah. It's oxidized already. Yeah,
You don't have to re-etch is what I mean. If as long as it's clean, it'll keep accepting. So yeah, it was trivial to redo them all. It was just time. So yeah, I just
okay.
threw a podcast on and just redid them all. So yeah, that was
Nice.
that was the first time which is the nice thing about like one piece flow would have been better because I would have been able to see it. But it's black on wet titanium, and like you're looking, it's very easy to
Yeah.
like it's hard to see it until they're all dry, and then same thing. Then the drying thing that leads into another topic is I was
Yes.
sick of like taking these pens and I dip them into the like go through all my ultrasonic tanks and they come out of hot distilled water, so they dry off pretty quickly. But I want to blow them off faster, so I typically use an air gun. But like an air gun can sometimes blow, like if there's any moisture in the line, it'll be mineral
Yeah.
water, like just from your tap, because it's pulling it out of the air, or more so, it's collecting all the crap from in the
Yeah.
lines, and then it blows it on, and then you're hosed because then you have to clean it again. Or worse, yeah, it blows a little oil particle on from the compressor, and then it totally messes up anodize. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I am just gonna buy one of those little fans that you'll see on like Instagram of people like blowing leaves with or whatever. So a little like EDF like electric or ducted fan, and they are amazing. I will say that. I paid like $40. I got one. Fantastic. Super cool. Battery life absolutely sucks. So I immediately
Oh,
returned it. But it worked really well for its purpose. It was just the battery life was heinous. So I mean it
that's
makes sense.
yes.
It's like
Yeah.
it's probably pushing hundreds and hundreds of watts out of a
Yeah.
thing that's the size of your fist. So like you can't expect great battery life. So
No.
um
But yeah, I saw you had that thing. It looked quite fun.
it's a ton of fun, and like it
Yeah.
moves way more air. Like it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's so small and it moves so much air. You're like, how is this possible? Like, what kind of space world are we living in?
Yeah, that thing's doing like 100,000 ripums. I've seen
It
some guys
literally
get a
is,
hold
yeah.
of those. Yeah, I think RC Test Flight got hold of one of them, a couple of those motors. Was using them
Oh
on
yeah,
a wing. Yeah, he did a really interesting plane where he's ducting air over the foil of the wing to
oh
prevent
yeah.
separation. Yeah, like and fly super slowly because the
Right.
air can't separate from the wing, so you still have lift.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he used
I
them in
think
there.
I think the low setting on that was like 30,000 RPM, and like
Nice.
medium was like 60, and top end was like 120,000 RPM. It's like
Yeah,
that's full
that's still
turbine speed. Like, and I
yeah.
think that's still a little oversold. I bet you they're not going that fast, but still,
Um,
anything over
yeah,
50,000 RPM is crazy fast for a mechanical device.
yeah, no, that's kind of silly fast. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well, and the cool thing about that is then that leads into this kind of all leads into everything is because I was playing with that stupid fan. And I was thinking, I was like, do I want to do this all the time? And then I think about my thing I talked about last week of like 100% scale or 100 times scale everything. I'm like, I can't do this. And oddly enough, Dylan actually messaged me. He's like, hey, have you ever heard of Elma? Like the German maker of like ultrasonic tanks and parts dryers and stuff. I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, I've looked on their site, but I'm like, every time I look at it, the price seems less bad. But I think it's just because I'm starting to realize the value in these things. So yeah, I poked around a little bit. I was going to buy one of their parts dryers, which is basically just like an ultrasonic tank instead of water in it. It just has just big heaters in the bottom that just dry your parts. But then if I buy that, I'm going to want to buy their ultrasonic too, because I want it just to be seamless, like straight to the ultrasonic with their basket. So it works out. And whatever, the ultrasonic's $3,500. Their dryers, whatever, $1,500.
Where does their dryer fall under?
It might actually be under. I don't know. That's awesome.
Yes,
okay, I like that. I like that audio
of Jacob. Now I was looking on their website, and I don't know where it falls under.
It might be. They have like part washers and all kinds of weird things.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. So you're looking at.
Anyway.
I think you should. Yeah. Okay. Let me not.
Because it's better. It's just better. Like, do I want to do all of them at once, or do I want to sit there and just hand do every single one of them?
Yeah. So and how much airflow do you need? You just want to get them a little bit. You
basically nothing. Quicker. Yeah. Like I basically need. I just want to. It's essentially all I need to do. So then I started getting smart, and I was like, do I just buy another one of my ultrasonic tanks that I have here, cut 2 holes in the back, and put 2 like 300 watt AC just blower heaters in there? I'm like, because that'll cost me about $300, and let's say it takes me a day to do it. I'm still cash ahead, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to do. I don't know. I'm waffling on it. Like it's either $10,000 Canadian for a boxed solution, or like $500, and a day of my time. So
like $10 for a hairdryer. Problem solved.
I could duct tape a hairdryer onto a box or something.
Literally hairdryer on a Noga arm, and you just put the part in front of it. There we go.
Yeah. I just I particularize want it. Yeah, I want it to be simple and work more than just a week. And so I don't know. We'll see. I'm just not thinking about that right now. So
yeah, fair enough. I get why you don't want to think about that. I'm looking through. Okay, so hang on. Okay, let's quickly shout out our Patreons who make the wheels on the podcast go round and round before we get into the super interesting airplane crash that happened this week. Yes, I should actually probably send you a picture of it. But anyway, first things first, Patreons. They make the wheels on the podcast go round and round. Thank you to all the Patreons, including Jake from Benchmark 20, Luke from Fantastic, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing, EJ from Eternal Welding, and Jason S., our newest Patreon. Thank you guys. That goes towards getting us to INTS when we're going to kidnap Curt. But yeah, speaking of the podcast, there's also shirts. The wife asked me politely to shout out shirts. There's this one. You're sharp, as sharp as a marble. And then there will be I don't know when the episode's going to come out that I'm on this week, but there will be a special shirt that I'm going to be wearing there that will be brought back for like a week after that podcast. So keep an eye out on the store. There will be some things changing about. We also added a RFQ thing, but we'll get into that a bit later. So anyway, thought I'd get the patrons done, and then also check out Subtract Manufacturing if you need parts made. This is just the tip, AJ.
I don't even know what's going on, folks.
Taps and Patience, we were featured quite extensively. So this is just the tip. Ooh. There's more coming, AJ, I promise. I think you might be quite happy with the surprise I have planned. So I was chatting, I got a message from Josh on Instagram, Crappy Machines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was messaging me about Linux CNC. He's finally finishing up his mill. And he was asking, he wanted to go Acorn or Masso, but they're like, either option is like €600. So we were discussing options for Linux CNC because he knows I know how to set it up. And we were looking at, so I said to him straight, go for the 7C81 that uses a Raspberry Pi. I run them on multiple machines. I have configs, I have breakout boards. He's like, he's already got a PC. So I was like, okay, in that case, the 7R96S works really well. And then he was like, we were discussing it, and he doesn't need the analog output for his spindle because he's going to run a step direction servo for his spindle, which is what I do on the MCO. So I was like, well, then get the 7R96. It's like 35 euros cheaper. And the only difference is it doesn't have that analog output. And if you really need it, you can buy a €2 board that will do that for you, PWM to analog. I run one of those in Bertha. So, yeah. And I'm like, I've got a breakout board I can send you, but the labeling is wrong because it's for the 7C81, not for the 7R96, but it will just work. Like you plug it in, it gives you breakout for your I/O that you can then connect your MPG to that. So we're having a chat about that. Give him a hand to get his machine sorted out, and got a bunch. Nice. I bought 10 sets of breakout boards for 7 C81s.
Yeah, I love Linux CNC. It's like riding a bicycle or riding a unicycle on top of a ball. Like it's stupid annoying to like learn, but once you learn it, you're like, oh, I could control anything with this, and it's
my favorite. Do you know what my favorite thing about it is? Is the the Raspberry Pi config, the command in the command prompt. It's not the fucking same as everywhere else. It's some other fucking one. And you have to go change the locale setting to the US. Otherwise, it just crashes every time you try and set your steps per millimeter in PNC config on the newer version. I think it's the older versions after you set yours up. It's the newer versions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, super fucking frustrating to try to figure out how to fix that. But yeah, once you kind of remember what you have to do, pretty easy to get it up and running again.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, you can do anything with it. Like anything.
Anything. Yeah,
it doesn't know what it is. Like
precisely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it can be whatever you want it to be, which is cool.
Well,
like,
and
I mean, my ladies both run it.
I tell people, it doesn't know what it is, but it also knows that like my job is to control machines, not to work with humans. So like I will control the machine, Mr. Human, and if you need something from me, I will talk to you when I am in a good spot. Like as opposed to other controls, which are like, "What do you need, sir?" And then the machine faults out. Whereas Linux CNC is like, if you want to move the mouse, you do that, but I'm going to keep moving things here. Like it's a good control.
I'm busy threading. I'm going to ignore you right now.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm shocked how well your machine. Did you ever do the little optical limit switch thing as a? No, I'm trying to was making noise. With a disc with slots in it as an encoder.
Yeah, I have encoders on both axes. Yeah.
No,
both spindles.
But I'm talking on your little benchtop. Didn't you have like just literally a disc with slots that you made?
Yeah.
That's what Bertha has, and Bertha has no problem threading at 2,000 RPM.
Yeah,
I know it is amazing. It's got 12 pulses per revolution, and it'll just. I was threading today in stainless steel, threading M10, no problem. It's crazy. The MCO's got 1,000 pulse per revolution encoder, and it does a bit better job, but it's amazing how you can get by with 12 pulses per revolution in an index. And that I picked up an issue because I used acrylic and I just painted it because it's what I had as a laser cut piece, and it wasn't. It didn't block enough of the light, so I would get random every now and again. Anyway, cut one out of G10. Hasn't given a fault since. Like it just works. It's crazy.
I had the same issue. I used black Sharpie on a steel pulley, and same thing. Every once in a while, I have to re-Sharpie it. It's like so ghetto, but
no, it worked. Well, it works. Doesn't mean it isn't dumb. It works.
And like you said, same thing. Like 12 pulses, perfect threading. Like the hardened has like I don't know, freaking a few thousand pulses to do threading. But the little tag was threading away on like a light switch essentially. Yeah.
So speaking of threading, I need to thread some titanium.
All right.
I'm going to send you a message to get some surface speed settings and things, just so to have a starting point. Yeah. I need to thread some M5 for racking, and I was thinking of maybe just blanking off some screws quickly while I was at it, make some M3 screws because the bars are a little bit long. So it's 6 diameters. I was just going to turn them down quickly to like 5.5 head diameter, and then I've got blanks to play with when I get around to that.
Oh, okay. So like threading on a lathe, like single pointing.
Yeah, single
Oh
point
yeah,
threading on
dead.
lathe.
Yeah,
An
dead easy.
only
Yeah.
annoying thing is the MCO's turret. It's you need to run left-hand tools if you want it to push into the lock, and my threading tool's a right-hand tool, so it wants to kick out a little. There's a little bit of backlash, but it's fine. You just do lots of spring passes.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah, and that should annoy a bunch of proper machinists, but spring passes are your friend.
I spring pass the shit out of my little screws, although they are 256, so the whole
Yeah,
thing is a spring that you're cutting. But yeah,
yeah. Even the
I
M10 I
spring
was doing
pretty
today, I
hard.
did like 6 or 7 spring passes.
That's a
Because it's
lot,
just
though. That is a lot.
copy and paste, control, just paste, fucking done. Then I don't have to worry about any flex, any moving, any shit. Just let it fucking run. For the extra 30 seconds of cycle time, it's fine. Because again, threading at like 1,000 ripams, 10 diameters stainless. Because my friend sent me a message this morning. Hey, can you make me some of these? I need 2 urgently. I'm like, sure. I made these like 3 years ago last. He's like, he needs 22 for the 5 doors that they have in stock. I'm like, no worries. Let me see how many I can get out of the material I have. So I made him 25, and I still have 2 meters of material left. So I was like, there you go, 25. They'll be ready in like 2 hours. So I'll see him later in the week. But yeah, I ended up lathing that this morning, then lathing a bunch of case feeder tube thingies, which turns out if you buy a step drill, it goes way easier. So I bought M10 countersink step drills for some reason. For someone who promised me a job and then the job just never materialized, but I was ordering tools and they weren't expensive, so I just ordered them. But I put them in today, and it saves me having to put the parts in a different lathe to do a chamfer, because it now does the chamfer. So I drill it, then I counterbore it to size, and then it's counterbore to a chamfer to the ball. So one and done, and those got anodized this evening.
Cool.
Because needed one urgently.
So you briefly said a plane crash and then said nothing more. Let me know about this.
Okay, so my brother-in-law, who is not meant to be flying aeroplanes, as in cannot legally be the pilot because he has a brain tumor, but still has lots of friends who are pilots and will go flying with him. But he was not meant to be in the aeroplane when the aeroplane's landing gear collapsed on takeoff.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So his wife was just a little pissed. Mostly because he doesn't have life insurance either, because he cancelled his life insurance about 6 months before he got a brain tumor, because they wouldn't cover him while he was out of the country, and he was out of the country 6 months of the year for work, flying helicopters. So he's like, fuck you. You're not covering me when it's the most dangerous. Why am I paying you any money? And then went and got a brain tumor. Yeah, a little bit of a shit show. But anyway, the plane that I made that lovely part for, that oil pickup.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't my part that failed. No, so that they were going down the runway, and one of the check valves on the hydraulic system failed, and the landing gear literally folded under the plane while they were heading down the runway for takeoff. So the plane's a tad fucked, but everyone is okay, and so no one died, no one got injured, but yeah, a little bit exciting. I was like, oh shit. He's like, no, it wasn't your part. There's something in the gear that failed. Like, the prop is, interesting. So yeah, he was on board for that, which was exciting. Actually, he was here today, and I didn't get a chance to chat to him because I was busy lathing. And he needed to use my bucky, so I just sent Danica to go and pick up a couch, and then go pick up copper, and then fuck around a whole bunch, and then make her way back here.
Oh, glad he's okay, and I'm glad it wasn't your part that maimed a bunch of people. So.
I'm very glad. I don't even think the plane ended up inverted before the gear collapsed. I don't even know if they flew it with a new part.
Oh,
good thing I got paid for the parts already.
I guess, yeah.
But that plane's had some issues in the past where Danica and her brother took off, and the thing just went electrically dead. Good. So he leans over, he was in the back, taps her on the shoulder. Hey, do you have your phone? She's like, no, what the fuck would I have my phone? So they wing waggled and did an emergency landing because now you got no radios.
Sure, right, yeah.
Yeah, so not the first incident with that specific plane.
Ooh. Yeah, that's one thing you don't. Yeah. Less fun for sure.
No, definitely less fun. So what's happening with the vapor hone degreasing, rinsing, dry units?
Okay, so people listen.
Wait, I'm going to go to the link.
Googling on the podcast.
Follow the link.
Googling on the podcast. That's what we do all day.
People are gonna hate
Jacob.
these new little things, but I like that one. That one's a nice one.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this, we'll put it in the show notes. Go check it out if any of you guys are dorks out there or do any kind of machining, because this guy built a slick setup that I very, very much want to build. So much so that I have basically everything in my cart at various stores to buy all the parts, because to buy something comparable, I'm going to spend basically the same amount of money, and just nothing exists. So I've always wanted a vapor hone, and there's a company that makes vapor hones. I was going to buy one of their vapor hones. But I don't know. I could get it. And then I thought, you know what? If I'm building or if I'm buying a vapor hone, I also wanted to do this. So this guy, what he basically built is a vapor hone, which is just like a sandblaster that uses water, for people that don't know. But he also has a setting in it where he can then switch off the abrasive media and switch to like degreaser. So he has a hot tank of degreaser. So he can spray with degreaser. But the cool thing is, you can spray with degreaser, then you can hit the air like that you normally use for vapor honing, and it sprays hot degreaser at the part under pressure, which is wicked cool. And then you can switch over to rinse. So then you can rinse the part with just water, and once again hit the air if he needs to, blast it in there harder. And then he has an air dryer, like an air nozzle in there to blow parts off. So he basically has this like one-stop solution where you can put an oily part in, completely degrease it, completely wash it, blast it, wash it again, dry it, and then put it outside of the machine. So it only ever comes in once. And he does like looks like he does engine repairs for like bikes, street bikes and stuff. But for these black isogrip pens, I do a ton of vapor honing on them because I can't tumble them aggressively enough. And the features are like 1/32 slots, so like there's no media that's going to go in there and aggressively tumble it without just killing every single edge on the part. And I don't want to do that, so I need to kind of selectively do it. So I can automate the blasting easy enough. And I've just been on the fence with vapor hones for so long because I hate the dust of a blasting cabinet. So
you've got a lovely spot there next to the iron lung for it.
Yeah, that's exactly where it would live. It'd live right there. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to buy one of these, I'm going to buy a vapor hone.
If you're going to build one like his, or you're going to just go buy, well, in your case, Princess Auto sandblasting cabinet and waterproof it, or
no, like
or
you can
buy
like
a vapor hone and then add the stuff.
Yeah, like you can buy a turnkey vapor hone, which is what I was going to do. But I mean, to buy the vapor hone, I think it's called like the Weekend Warrior. I'll put a link in the show notes of a company that makes this nice vapor hone. But it's like, $3,000-4,000, which is fine because I'm going to spend that building my own. But then I still have to put in all the other shit that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do the high pressure degreasing, and I want to put an airline in there, and I want to put like, proper blast on the windows and a better light in there, and like just a million little add-ons. And I'm like, why don't I just go buy a like one of the blasting cabinets that I would normally use, like a nice big fancy one, waterproof the piss out of it, and then add all the things I'm going to add anyways. Like I have to buy a bunch of extra pumps and a bunch of extra, containment units. So I might go down that road. Like I said, it's not going to be a cheap road, but I don't like. You could build it cheap. A ton of people build them out of like pressure washers and stuff, but I think I could build this thing pretty tankish for, I don't know, let's say $5,000, and I could probably have it built how I want it, as opposed to just having to hack together a unit that I already paid a ton of money for. So I don't know. Kind of waffling on
Flex
it.
Seal spray. Spray it's not a Flex Seal one time. That's what I did with my tumbler. Whole can of Flex Seal to seal that thing.
Yeah, no Flex Seal will come into my world.
Flex Seal.
Thankfully, I used to work with like 3M, so I have a line on like just crazy adhesives and sealants, and I know the guys there, so I can get hooked up with some good stuff.
Well, yeah, that's assuming the sheet metal fits together well enough that you can actually
I'll just keep getting stuff that has bigger and bigger gaps. Like it's not a problem. So, but yeah, I'll probably.
Okay.
I think I'll go that way. Yeah, like I would love to get like a unit like stainless custom bent up and like, a nice thick glass screen with like water blasts on it and like just make it really, really nice. But I don't need it quite that nice. So I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds expensive.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive regardless. I mean, if I value my time, it's going to be expensive.
Sure.
But this is kind of something it falls into one of those things of like, if I needed it tomorrow, like I have a blasting cabinet that works. I can do my blasting in it, as production doesn't even have to slow down. I would enjoy pissing around with this and putting like PLC heaters in there and big, displays and buttons and switches and like I would enjoy that. That's fun. I like building machines, so that's a kind of fun part of it. And it gives me an excuse to do it. And it's all a write-off because it's equipment. So
I'm the same, looking for any excuse to do something cool.
Right. Yeah. Like so.
It's having to control one's drive for shit like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why are you ending FCFS?
Oh, my first come first serve sales.
Yes.
Why are they basically going to stop? Because the amount
Everyone's
of
sad.
like, I don't want to humble brag, but like I get a lot of site volume on those orders now, and even this one, I had to nix my entire US customer base, and I'm sorry, that sucks. And actually, I think some people that listen to this podcast purchased, which is super cool. Actually, I think some of them purchased a gang of them. They were some of the people that are doing proxies, like shipping out to other people. So yeah, they preface it. They're like, "How many can I buy?" I'm like, "If you're shipping to other people, I really don't care. Like, I just want to stop people from buying and reselling."
Sure.
Anyways, I just get a ton of messages of like you get weird site glitches where like, and I don't run I run a Squarespace site, and like the payment is processed through Stripe, and like these are all like pretty expensive services, and it's some of them still get wonky when a gang of people are all logging on trying to buy one product, and one person wins, like 90 people fail on it or whatever, and like you get weird errors, and it just causes me a ton of messages and emails. Like, so I think we might be hitting the end of first come first serve sales because it just makes too many people angry. Rightfully so.
Enough.
But some people get extra angry, which I don't understand. But hey,
but people get touched. That's just one of those things in life.
Well, and like I get it. Like if I was producing, I did a little Instagram story. I'm like, if I was producing like whatever insulin for people, like I get it. You get mad. That makes sense. It saved lives. I'm selling pens. Yeah. I'm selling luxury pens to people that can afford it. Like if you can't buy one, I get it. It's annoying, but we don't have to. We don't have to get. Yeah, we don't have to get so angry. Like let's just. I appreciate the people trying to buy my product, and I don't want to poo-poo them, but like, let's calm down, folks. There's no need. There's no need to yell and call names. Like
I left a thing out of the document. Speaking of life or death things, that impeller thing I made.
Yes, that pretty one.
Meeting. The guy was meant to come this evening. He's coming tomorrow. He wasn't feeling well. He got feedback from the customer. They want parts CMM'd now, and they are rapidly heading towards just being told to fuck off. Because we can't realistically, yes, I can do them on the fourth axis I have. In practice, no, I can't. So I got pricing on buying a servo motor locally and a drive and just having that installed on my machine with this current fourth axis. It is quite literally cheaper for me to buy a fourth axis with a servo and drive from Silver CNC than to just buy the motor and drive locally.
Ugh, yeah.
And Silver CNC don't sell just the motor and drive.
Okay, yeah, fair. So you have to buy their... Yeah.
Because I did ask. I mean, we're in for about $5,000 for a fourth axis installed, licensed, all that crap. For a roller cam one with them.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
That's from Silver CNC.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's about 5,000 for Silver CNC, and it's about 3,500 for just the servo and motor locally. And then I've still got to pay licensing and installation. So fuck that noise. I would rather buy it from Silver CNC and get a new one that I know is good. So we're looking at going that route, but also, like I said to the guy, he's coming for a meeting. I want to discuss surface finish callouts. I'm like, we need a profilometer. So now we need to buy a profilometer. They want stuff CMM'd. We need a CMM. I'm not pulling that out of my ass. Like, I can get a CMM relatively cheaply. Like, I was chatting to my mate Dylan, who I don't think listens to this podcast, not Prodium Dylan. It's like $13,000 for a vision system with a probe on it that we could effectively use as a CMM.
Okay.
For this size part. But that's $13,000 that I'm not going to just buy.
No. Yeah, of course.
Silly. So, the Oaks, they want these parts are pretty much, I think we might have discussions about these parts are out of our league. They need to take them somewhere else. And then they can try to get them made for the stupid price that they want them made for. They are trying to push us to have them made for, I'm using the Imperializer. just shy of $50 a piece.
What? For that part?
That part.
Oh,
that's what they want them for. I'm like, yokes are on fucking drugs. Like some really good ones. Can I have some?
That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I'll say, okay, cool, yeah, we can make a plan and do the work, but it's a 52 millimeter Lang style or fifth axis style 0 points, 3 0 points. Then it's 2 96 millimeters that are required. That way I can put my fourth axis on a 96. I can lift it up, tilt, make a riser at 8.1 degrees and pop it on another one. So that changeover isn't a total fucking nightmare. So just our setup cost is going to be absurd. And they're like, oh no, they're willing to pay for setup costs, but then it's their equipment. And then I'm like, dudes, NRE, you pay this if you want the job fucking done, and you own none of it. It's all mine. Fuck off. So yeah, we're going to have a discussion tomorrow about how they're going to be told they can politely fuck off and die. Because I'm not, I'm happy to run the job. So I was saying to the customer today, at the end of the job, if I end up with a fourth axis in my machine and some Lang fucking work holding and shit, I am happy to work for like $10 an hour on this job.
Sure.
Because I'm ending up with a $5,000 thing, like I'm amortizing that over the job. That's fine. I'm not losing money per se because I'm planning on running it at night anyway. I'm not hemorrhaging money, but I'm not going to run it at a fucking loss just to get a fourth axis. Yes. And at that price, it's insane. Like that price needs to triple pretty much.
Yeah, well, I usually take like your quotes and just kind of 10x them just to kind of deal with the different economies. And even that, like if someone approached me and said, "Would you make it for $500?" I'd be like, "Fuck, no, like not a chance." Sorry.
What they're doing is they've got an order for 357 of these. They're like, here's an order. Look, it's so much money. Yes, it's a lot of money. Except how many hours? That's 700 hours of machining just on one operation on those parts. Sorry, fuck off. Big numbers are not impressive. It's the per part number that's impressive. Like that's something I was actually chatting to Carl, who's probably going to listen to this. Big numbers are really fancy and really exciting until you realize how much work is involved in that big number and how you're actually getting screwed because the guys are showing you big number to get you excited. Whereas in reality, you are working at below minimum wage and you got excited because it's a big number.
Yeah, well, if you're losing money on every part, it doesn't matter how much the total
exactly.
is. So like you're still going to lose
money. These parts, like even these, we need to redesign the process because the process needs to be a single lathe op and then everything else is milled in one fixture that we can keep the datum because there's a pretty tight tolerance for concentricity and for diameter. Where my machine, I know it varies by like 30 microns, like morning to evening. If I probe a tool in the morning, I probe that same tool in the evening, there's a difference. So it would be a case of run the machine all day, put the parts in the fourth axis, take a cut, rotate 180, take a cut, mark the size to adjust where that center line is. Because we need our finished diameter to be exactly on. So there's a lot of stupid involved with this job.
Yeah, no, that sounds like
they're going to get told that this is a stupid idea. And then, the diesel guys I got an RFQ today for 50 more caps. Woo! I changed the design of their cap to be tri-lobe so that it always fits. So they didn't realize that tolerances existed.
I'm
like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like, the tube I buy, I can reject if it's over 16. If it's under, I can't really reject it. I'm going to get told to go somewhere else if I start rejecting every order of tubes. It's a 15.85 extruded tube. According to Heuleman, plus minus a millimeter will still go out. So it can come in here between 14.85 to 16.85. I reject anything over 16, and it's been pretty consistent lately. But now they're bitching that the cap is loose. I'm like, this was not an issue. The reason you're running into this is you have zero documentation on any of your parts that you are having manufactured. They're like, no, but you have drawings. I'm like, yes, I have drawings. I will sell said drawings to you, but those are mine. Like, the reason you're running is you can't even reject my parts because there is no drawing. Like, I said that you can't even reject my parts because there is no actual drawing. So I'm waiting for the phone call from them where we're going to have a lovely discussion about basically you can pay $13,000 now and have your drawings today, Or you can order 5,000 of everything, and when the 5,000th one is delivered, I'll give you your drawings.
Yeah, fair.
Because that should be a year's production. It's not even that fucking long. But yeah, then you have a frozen design that you can say to the guys, hey, this is out of spec. Hey, this isn't correct. But right now they have nothing. So yeah, it was quite entertaining to enlighten them to this fact. We're also making other samples for them, but the Patreon for this made more money than I invoiced them last month.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's hilarious. So yeah, they were on the verge of being told to go away, but I think we've got all the issues resolved. I'm now making a trilobular cap, so I'm going to turn it to 15 diameter ID. Then it gets clamped in the mill, and I mill the trilobe shape to the points of the trilobe are 15.1, and the outside is 16. So when you push it on the tube, it either shears to size or it deforms to size, depending on if the tube's been deburred. There we go, problem solved. But it adds an extra 20 US cents to the cost.
Right.
So they're a little bit sad, but I'm like, 2 years ago I was out competing China on these parts, putting them on the lathe in the mill. I'm out competing China injection molding them.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
So yeah, they're going to have a discussion as well about pricing. We're like, go get updated prices. I dare you. I can guarantee I will be cheaper. Material costs have gone up. Like, I've just gotten fucking good at making your stuff.
I don't know.
Hang on, I need to look at the notes quickly from last week. I got a price on the Smart Lathe SL46 or 42.
Okay, so that's the one size bigger than last time?
Bigger one, yes, with a servo turret and a 3-jaw chuck, an add-on 3-jaw chuck. So collar chuck and 3-jaw chuck. $13,000.
Because the other one was... What? How's it cheaper?
Yes. Because it's not C-axis.
So
it's just a 2-axis lathe with a servo turret.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was chatting to the guys at WD Hearn, and we'll see if I get into a position where I want one. I might just be like, import it. I'll be the guinea pig. If the machine's a fuck up, I'll take it. Is what it is. I won't hold you guys to keeping it running. I'm not scared of machines. Like, machine fucks out, I unfuck it up. Like, anyway. And their controller looks like it is their own in-house brand CNC controller. The smart controller.
Like we said for a lathe, it's
left, right, up, down. Like, it's a lathe. Left, right, up, down. There's nothing more to it. So yeah, very interesting, like very compelling. Like, and have it landed here for, I reckon we could have it landed here for like $21,000. No problem.
That's ridiculous.
Like that's ridiculous. Like freight, delivery, everything. I think we'll be around that. So that's insane. Will see if we, because Danica might be getting a job, which is going to be very inconvenient for me. Then this lathe is going to have to become a high priority because I can't stand at berth all day running our production stuff. Because when the diesel guys pull their heads out of their asses, they're going to need tubes again, and that I get Danica to stand at the lathe all day and run.
Well, and just before we get off, someone told me that, just for clarification, this is Smart Lathe, which I think is based out of China. Because apparently there's a Smart Lathe US as well. But I mean, if the prices... Sure, if the prices don't clarify it, it should be normal.
I had the same thing with the guys from WD Hearn. Smart machine tools are bought in by Magnum Machine Tools here, which I was told do not in any fucking thing, under any circumstance, deal with. They are affiliated with MechTech and beyond fucking useless. Calling them useless is a compliment. They're apparently that bad. So I sent this link to the guys at WD Hearn, and the one guy's like, oh, no, someone brings those in. So I went and looked, and I'm like, no, they bring in smart machine tools. This is smartlathe.com. Different thing. So I'm potentially going to have them bring it in because they bring machines in already. They know the what's and where's about it.
Sure, yeah.
And then they would obviously want to slap like a 15% com on it, which is fine. If I don't have to handle the logistics, I'll fucking pay them. I don't mind.
Okay, I need to shake their tree for the quote on the Swiss. I'm just curious now because like if it's insane, it's hard not to. Like you said, even if it comes in as a block, it's just like if the mechanics are there, it's like it's almost worth it.
Like that's the thing. The shirt I'm wearing on Wednesday. It's this warranty ain't gonna void itself. So I think both you and I
Right.
don't give a shit about warranties. It's like,
No.
I'll unbreak it.
No.
Like, a machine's a machine.
Yeah.
A machine is just a machine. It's
Totally. Yeah.
The software side gets a little convoluted, but mechanically, it's just a mechanical device. It's not super complicated. Speaking of mechanical devices, what's happening with your mechanical device, Curt?
Oh, which mechanical device are we talking about?
Your fidget
The little-
mechanical spinner. Your
This little
fidget spinner.
fidgety thing here. So it is going to get machined now that I have all my plate cleared, essentially. So I'm probably going to play with it this week because I have this. I have the bearing sitting right here. I have a cart of McMaster just ready for me to hit the go button. So yeah, I think I'm gonna piss around with that. So yeah, I've had I'm excited. I think I'm gonna do a machined one too. I'm gonna do some of these resin ones. Yeah, I'm viciously trying to avoid feature creeping, and I thought I found a really cool thing I could do to it as well. I'm like, no, Curt, that could be version 2. Finish this one, get it exactly how you want it, and then just like if you can always version 2 something else. And I'm also super excited because the pen mechanism I'm working on, I finally figured out that I can machine. I think I found a way to machine every single part outside of the 4th axis, which means I can batch it, which is huge. Because I was kind of stuck on making all these parts on the 4th, which I can't automate very easily. But I found out I can machine them all flat. I just got to get really crafty with the tool paths, but they can all just be basically put on one of your pallets and then put in the machine, and I can just gang a ton of them, and I can make the entire mechanism without the 4th axis. So I'm like, that's huge. That is enormous, especially if it becomes my next production unit. Like that'd be something I could just queue up and let it run all night. So yeah, I'm jazzed for both of those. So my brain is being pulled in 2 different directions, and right down the middle there's that vapor degreaser. So yeah, I got too many irons in the fire.
things in all the directions. It's great fun.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, and then to top it all off, this weekend I went and we have like a local, like, it's called Fort Edmonton, but it's an old fort here. And then there was a steam engine. So then I got got just talking about like autistic behaviors. I got to go look at trains. So
that's the shirt. Jazzed. That's the shirt Danik needs to make me. Undiagnosed, but everyone's pretty sure.
Totally.
Yeah. Because the podcast has been referred to by AJ as listening to Jamie rant.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Apparently, I speak a lot.
Oh, really? I was unaware.
I've never noticed.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, no
I have a
lull
funny
in the
story
conversation.
about that actually for the after show that the patrons get access to. Let me make a note because I want to. I think it'll be funny, but it needs to be there.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, made a note.
Jamie.
Yeah, quiet Jamie. If you think I talk a lot now, whew. But yeah. Anyway, so last thing for the podcast, RG557.
Okay, are you looking at one of those?
A little gaming console? One locally for less money than the Retroid Pocket 5. Well, about the same, except the lead time is 2 days.
Okay, yeah, a little.
But
I
watched a bunch of reviews on it over the weekend, and
okay, that's slick.
I went down the route on Sunday of why don't I just build myself a handheld? I like building things, and then I'm like, by the time I buy the power, the breakouts that I need, and the screen, I'm basically at the price of buying a unit. Like, I may as well just buy one. So yeah, I think I'm going to go down that route because I want to emulate PS2, because I want Underground 2, I want Most Wanted, and San Andreas, and I'll be pretty happy. Like that'll keep me entertained for a while.
Yeah, I mean they go for about $250 US, so it's not a if you're getting it for that, that's a freaking steal.
I'll tell you what it comes in at here, X shipping, which shipping's not bad. It's about $280 US. But by the time I buy the Retroid and get it here and import duties and all that shit, it's going to be more.
Okay.
Because the Retroid is $250 with shipping. And then I'm going to pay more than that in import duties. So I may as well just buy the one that's in the country.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
It smashes the Retroid performance-wise. Just the drivers are not there to run some of the games.
Yeah, fair. If it's they're all Snapdragon chipsets, and that doesn't look like it's a Snapdragon. So
it's not a Snapdragon, but it fucking smashes the Snapdragon. So interesting. Like I went down a serious rabbit hole on the weekend about that.
Nice.
Yeah, trying to convince Danica that I need one because I do. No, I was actually playing Gears of War last night on the Xbox downstairs, but I don't really want to sit on the couch and play games. I want to be able to play games anywhere.
And the joystick layout on that one looks better, but The really cool thing is like the thing I didn't realize is I was playing a little bit of Need for Speed Underground 2, like PS2 version. And I was like, okay, I remember this game. I'm sure it's going to look dated, but then you forget with all the power you have, you can 3x the resolution. So I had like full 1080p, and you play it, you're like, oh, this holds up now. Like it doesn't look as dated as you think. It's a little dated, but I'm like, you look at it, and you're like, this is pretty damn good.
PS2's native. Oh no, my shirt's coming undone. PS2 native resolution was 480p. And
I
remember playing Most Wanted on my gaming PC at the time, and that was on a square CRT monitor. I'm trying to remember what the resolution was. It was like 600 by 800 or something. It was like
piss poor. Yeah,
potato, and it was amazing. I'm like, this game is so realistic. Like, yeah.
And the upscaling works nice. Like it looks good. I was like, ooh, this looks like a modern, like maybe a low end PC or a high end PS3 game. I'm like, I'm impressed for what a PS2 game can look like. And then obviously the older you go, the harder you can push them. Like,
no, that's the thing. Like most of the stuff I want to play is from that era. And I was checking, I can play Portal on it. It's like Portal and Portal 2 and Half-Life directly. Install Steam on it and it just works. So, like, it's been tested and works. So, I'm quite excited for getting my hands on one of those. But, we will see. Hopefully, they don't sell out before I get around to buying one. First, I need to be Les Paul.
It's always
the Les Paul ring thing's really annoying. But that's why I was machining tough now.
Yep.
So, I like money. But, I think that will tie the show up there. Where can people... what's in your Google box? I nearly forgot.
Oh, right. Google Box.
Yes, Google Boxing. Wait.
Here,
does this count as... I don't know if this counts as Googling on the podcast.
We're going to need more.
We are going to need more.
We're going to need way more of those clips because everyone's going to be like, that one's so annoying. Okay, who wants to go first? I don't care.
Oh, shoot. I didn't lose my Wordle. I didn't do Wordle this morning. That needs to get done shortly. It'll be 85 today. I have no qualms about doing it. Okay, Retroid Pocket 5. I was looking up thread mills. I can get M2 and M3 single point thread mills locally now, which is awesome. So I bought an M2 and an M3. Nice. Looking up smart lathe, shock and awe. Looking up that, I was looking up the RG556, 3 different tabs. And then how to build a RetroPie handheld. And then, 4th time that I've got, I'm looking at the setup guide for the RG557. Kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole on that one.
I sense a theme.
Solid theming there. But that's all that's in my Google Box for this week. I've just been listening to a lot of podcasts and watching a lot of YouTube over the weekend.
Fair. Okay, so in mine I have some Canada Post stuff. Once again, looking at the postal thing, DIY vapor hone. Oh, I'll put the. Oh no, I already have that link. Actually, I'll put a Reddit link as well. I found a really cool unit on Reddit. I'll link that in the show as well. The little fan, the one I had was the Wolfbox MF50 for people that want to know. It was on like Project Farm Review. They did the higher end review. Anyway, whatever. Pissed around with one of those if you like. Not for me. A bunch of links from Elma because going down that silly rabbit hole. Blasting cabinets because the Weekend Warrior, that's from Vapor Hone Technologies. Once again, I will put that in the show notes because that's the one I was looking at. It is built in the US, Vapor Hone. It is like I don't know what the cost is on that one. It doesn't show me because it doesn't do it on mobile. Anyways, I have that in the show back. And emergency vet for obvious reasons. And this is another problem. E-Flight released the SR-71 Blackbird twin 40 millimeter EDF plane, Fine and Fly, my favorite airplane of all time, and it's like licensed. She's a big one. I don't know. It's probably like maybe like 70.
Don't make the biggest plane.
No, and it's.
And I think it's like got this safe cuck in it, so it will fly itself.
Totally. But apparently it's a 4-cell. She's 4-cell like 2000. Like it's a chunky little plane. And everyone complains they're like, oh, it doesn't go very fast on 3. It's like it's a freaking SR-71. Run it on 4 and run it fast. It's the fastest plane in the world.
6, like don't cock around.
Yeah. But it even has it has like the silver wheels for the landing. Like they did it right.
Oh, nice. They did it properly.
I want it. Yeah, it's like $300 US, but I was like, I kind of want that. Anyways, that's been my
Nerd
super
things,
history.
I like it.
Nerd things.
Yeah, nerd things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
Roger keeps sending me nerd things. And I'm like, no,
It's
Roger, bad. No, I don't need model airplanes. I mean, there's a freaking Storch sitting over there, and there's an Icon in that bedroom sitting on the bed that I was meant to set up an FPV rig in the Icon so I could go long range FPV flying, and I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
Although now that I have a boat, I'm tempted to say, because the Icon's water.
Yeah.
On the boat, hell yeah!
That'd be
fly
sick.
around in a restricted airspace. It'll be great fun.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah, because the dam that I fly at is pretty close to Joburg International Airport. But quite frankly, if the plane is where my plane's going to be, they have bigger problems, like trees.
Fair.
Yeah, that was always my thing. Like, you go fly a drone in the park, and they goes, "Oh, you're not allowed to fly here." I'm like, dude, if there's a plane here, they got fucking big problems. My little drone is not their issue. But that's
totally.
People being people. Where can people find the ability to get your things?
You can find the ability to not get any of my things at confoundedmachine.com. But you can put your name in the contact page, and I will send you messages when I have the whatever. When I have information or availabilities, or I reopen the lotteries or whatever. So or if you just want to harass me, you can find my email over there too. So how about you? Where can people buy an anchor point if they want one?
So, I forgot to mention that. Okay, cool. So, anchor points available on jspeceng.com. We now have a request a quote form. Because of the whole tariff uncertainty, because of the big Cheeto, you can now request a quote. So, it'll send us an email. We will check because our shipping agent actually calculates the tariffs for us. We can then say to you, okay, this is the price. This is how much shipping costs with tariffs prepaid. And then you can say yay or nay. No obligation to the quote, just lets you get an idea of how much you're going to be paying on tariffs, because I think that is a bit of a concern with uncertainty on it. You don't want to have to pay an extra $150 when the thing hits your border, because
I don't think that's an option anymore. I think everything going to the US has to be delivery duty paid, because I can't get a single package in there without having it prepaid, because they're reasons.
Okay, we will check this now, but as far as I know, I can still go with it duties unpaid, because it is an option for us still. But they recommend you just do the prepaid thing. I'm like, sure, I'll just charge the customer the extra. So anyway, if you're interested in anchor point, you can get it there. We are going to limit the number of blank pallets going out with them so that they fit in a smaller box, but blank pallets will be available by themselves as well. And then shirts, please go check out the shirts on the store as well. There's some new designs that have been up since last week, and there will be something coming up in the next little while as well. One of the older designs will be coming back for a week once I go chat to someone else. But thank you everybody and also thelone is where you can find the podcast website with the companion guide and a link to the Patreon, and there's some bonus content on there as well of what happens when Curt and I get disconnected. So you can go check that out as well, and there's links to the Lone Machinist merch as well. Speaking of, Jan from the Netherlands bought a mug, so I need to ask him for a picture when it arrives, because he's the first person to have bought a mug from or he bought a Lone Machinist mug on the store.
I didn't know we had mugs. I gotta go check us out. We have so many neat things I don't even know we have.
Okay, while Curt Googles, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you on the next one. And for all the patrons, we'll see you on the after show.
Take care, all.